What's up everybody, this is Whiskey in the Six, I'm Rob. Doing 3 Canadian whiskeys today, coming from 3 different provinces. We got the Last Straw, 100% rye, 3 years old, 60.5% ABV, that's cask strength. This one is coming out of Ontario, Vaughan, Ontario to be specific. This is the Sons of Vancouver out of BC, obviously out of Vancouver. This one is aged, or at least finished, in a rum cask, which is pretty cool. 100% rye as well. And then this one is out of Alberta. This is the Great Plains 18-year-old, and it's finished for 12 long months in brandy casks from Jerez, Spain. This is also cask strength. The Sons of Vancouver is 53.5% and the Great Plains is 54.5%. So all of them have a 0.5 at the end. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here to my right with the Last Straw Distillery whiskey. This one doesn't have any finishing. That's why I'm going to start with this one first. It's just one maturation, double distilled. 100% rye from Ontario. Really nice nose. Honestly, I really like Last Straw's rye. They do a very, very good job with it. And everything you're wanting out of a cask strength rye, I gotta say, Last Straw over the years has really dialed in on their cuts, on their production. This is, just off the nose, a huge improvement from where they started to where they are now. And that's not to say that they weren't great before, because they were. Just getting better and better. Really nice nose here. Nice vanilla, nice dill note, which you get from most ryes. Really, really nice. Some like baked spices in there, baked goods as well. Like a vanilla baked cake. Some apple on the palate. Oh yeah, this is where Last Straw shines. Their ryes are awesome. I really like a Last Straw rye. And the palate, bubblegum, nice like dill, a little bit of that vanilla cake, apple in there as well. Perfect, unchill filter, no added color. The ABV does not drink like 60.5. Their distillery is pretty warm. So although it's only 3 years old on the bottle, it's probably aging a lot faster than that because of the heat of the distillery all year round. Oh yeah, this is punching way above its weight class for age. Very reminiscent of like the Alberta Premium cask strength, and probably younger, which is a very, very good sign of things to come from Last Straw. Really, really nice. Man, this is about 70 bucks. They sell it out of the distillery if you're in Ontario. I'll leave a link in the description below. I honestly got to give this one like an 87. I really like that. Definitely would buy that again. Definitely would replace this bottle. Delicious stuff. It's probably going to get even better as it goes down the bottle. I tasted this one other time. Very small pour. Again, another small pour because I was doing 3 head-to-head. But excellent stuff. Like I said, that's an 87. Really, really good. Sons of Vancouver. So I recently discovered this distillery. Really excited when I got this bottle. I love the idea of aging a rye in a rum cask. And the nose on this is crazy. It gets all of that rye, but then magnifies it with like sweetness and tropical fruit because of the rum cask. Lots of bubble gum on the nose. Almost like a tropical, like pineapple bubble gum. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, wow. Really good on the palate as well. Tropical fruit carries through. That pineapple. I'm assuming this is about 3 years old, maybe close to 4. You do get youth on the palate, but not in a bad way. And it's not hot at all at 53.5%. I'm gonna say that this is probably around 3 or 4. Could be wrong. It started in ex-bourbon barrels and then moved to Virgin Island rum casks. That's what it says on the back of the bottle. This is really good stuff too. Does not drink at the ABV that it is. Makes me wonder a little bit if it is cask strength or if they added a little bit of water to get a couple more bottles out of it. Either way, I love the ABV, 53.5. It's a solid ABV. Finish wise, I feel like it kind of ends a little bit short. And it's different. It's hard to, these are not meant to be compared head to head because it's a completely different whiskey. If somebody poured this for you blind, I don't think you'd guess that that's a rye, which is really cool actually. This is 100% rye, you know, either virgin oak or ex-bourbon cask. I can't remember exactly and it doesn't say. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's virgin oak because the color and the fact that they're buying up a lot of virgin oak lately, last straw. Yeah. Yeah, one more sip of this Sons of Vancouver. I'm gonna give it a mark. So there are youthful notes on the palate. There are some things that I'm not necessarily crazy about, but there's a lot of really cool things happening with this whiskey as well. I'm very curious to try other expressions from Sons of Vancouver. This is an 86 for me. I really like it. I would buy that again too. Really good bottle. I think it could go as high as an 87. I wouldn't say that, like I said, these are completely different rye, so they're not to be compared head to head. Just happen to be 3 different Canadian distilleries. That's why I decided to do this video together. But like I said, this is an 87 for sure. This is probably an 86, 87. I would give the slight edge, I guess, if I had to the last straw, just because it kind of meets what I'm looking for in a rye a little bit more, but that's not necessarily fair. So keep that in mind because this is a really cool, different kind of finish. All right. Over here to the Great Plains. This is more of your traditional style Canadian whiskey. Probably have majority corn whiskey in here, maybe a little bit of rye to level it out. 18 years old though, which is really cool. And then finished for 12 months in Jerez brandy casks. This is available at the LCBO actually. I think out of the 3, the only one that's available at the LCBO in case you guys are interested. And 54.5% ABV. So on the nose, you get that traditional buttery kind of almost maple note, reminiscent with most Canadian standard whiskeys that are majority corn. I would say that it's a once used or twice used bourbon barrel for the aging majority of this, and then like it says on the back of the bottle and on the front, finished in brandy casks. Yeah, and you get the brandy cask on the palate for sure. Really easy drinking at that ABV. Does not drink at 54.5%. Obviously the age plays a big factor here. The finishing will definitely play a factor. Taste wise, I think this appeals to the traditional Canadian whiskey drinker for sure. So if you're liking your Wisers, your Canadian Club, your Crown Royals, that kind of stuff, you're gonna absolutely love this whiskey. I've kind of moved away from that kind of style over the years. I don't really buy it too much. I love the fact that this is cask strength. I love the fact that there's an age statement on it. It says pure corn mash on the back actually. So it started as a pure corn mash whiskey that is a legacy of Potter's Distillery in Kelowna, BC. So the bottler is, I believe, in Alberta, but it was distilled in BC, which is interesting. Great Plains Craft Spirit Inc., Calgary, Alberta. Yeah, so distilled in Potter's Distillery, Kelowna, BC, but the company is working out of Alberta that sourced this bottle. Really good. Score-wise, this one's about an 85 for me. Really good as well. I think for those of you that really like the Canadian style, corn-heavy mash bill, you're gonna love this whiskey. I personally lean towards my ryes a little bit more when I'm looking for a Canadian whiskey, but the corn ones are definitely respected on this channel, and this is kind of my grassroots when it came to whiskey. So I do have a soft spot for the heavy corn Canadian whiskeys. Like I said, that's an 85. Good stuff. I appreciate the age statement, the cask strength, and all that other stuff. But the ryes edge out the corns for me personally. That's it for me, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope it guides you towards kind of where you want to go with your purchasing when it comes to different types of Canadian whiskey. I know that a lot of these are not necessarily available globally, but if you happen to be in Ontario, you definitely want to give Last Straw a look because they're doing some really, really cool stuff. Sons of Vancouver, I'm going to be keeping my eye on them as well because I really like what they're doing over here. And Great Plains, if they keep on barreling stuff like that, they're not going to be going wrong either. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and support this channel on Patreon if you like. Cheers.